knockout game, and France showed all their quality, particularly going forward. Norway stuck at it, showed a bit of spirit, and actually had some kind of good goal-scoring opportunities themselves, but just couldn't cope with the French attacking players in particular.
Yeah, and once they'd missed that penalty, terrible penalty from Strand Larsen, which would have made it 3-2 and given the game some sort of jeopardy. The rest of the game was played out comfortably from the French point of view, and then Doue scores. I mean, we talk about how wonderful feet he's got, Patrick. How about this for a headed goal from him?
Yeah, I think that just shows how complete he is as a player. And obviously on the left-hand side here, with Barcola, who I think when he came on did some really good run in the back four, and then it was a really good cross, and then he was at the right place, and you can see that he's not so bad with his head as well.
Yeah. PSG teammates there, Ian, so a little bit of telepathy going on.
Yeah, it's a good header because the ball's coming in spinning the other way, so you just got to keep it moving. You try to head that in other way, it can then spin off your head and it comes off awkward, but he's just kept it going. It's good technique.
And obviously Didier Deschamps, when he gets back from France, will be happy. Players like Cherki had played, Konate came on. So some of those players who may well be needed off the bench, so we've got a little bit of game time. How significant might that be?
Yeah, I think that's sending the right signal to the manager that he can count on them. It was good to see Barcola coming in, and the one that I wanted to see a little bit more was Zaïre Emery from Paris Saint-Germain, and he didn't come on. But I think there's like 14, 15 players who can start and take France to the final.
What a goal threat they are. Would have scored 4 today, and maybe could have been a couple more.
Yeah.
If you're going into every game thinking, is it 10 goals they've gotten to 3 games already, and that goal average, if they keep that going, it'll be very hard to stop. But I think they'll be concerned. They give up a couple of opportunities, daft penalty. Yeah. That will be a little bit of a concern when they come up against the really top teams. But in terms of going forward as a goal threat, then they looked at the best in the competition.
But did you not feel that had they needed to in that second half, let's say the penalty had gone in 3-2, they would have found another
of course
game.
they would have done, but still, it's talk about getting into good habits and good traits, and the manager going forward, very, very good. But there's a little bit of concern just about players slacking off and a few lapses of concentration.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go back to the first half and look at Dembele's first half hat-trick, the first time since 1994 that someone scored a hat-trick in the first half of a World Cup game. I mean, the gap there, the left back, who had an absolute shocker in the first half.
Yeah,
he's inviting the pass between him and the centre half.
Yeah, then you can see they're just so afraid of him. You know, once he gets the ball in the box, no one's getting close enough. And he just shows again, obviously we know he's left-footed, right-footed, both of them. You don't even know what footed he is, and he just put it away beautifully.
And here's Mbappe the provider this time, Patrick.
He didn't score today, but he created the chances for Dembele, and of course, in front of the goal, the defender, we always said to show him outside, but he let him come inside, and then when he opened the angle, it was a really good shot outside of the box.
I don't know how many players cut back in on their left foot over the years. Robin, Gareth Bale. We know where they're going to go, and you're like,
yeah, but that's what makes them
you know where you're going to go, defenders.
That's what makes them brilliant players. They dictate to you where they're going to go. But the only concern is when he's cutting in, you got to get out to him. And this is the beauty of this French team. They can keep the possession. Everyone gets a touch on the ball. We've seen that goal. But also it can be 1-2 passes in the run and goal, so they can break it down with possession, and also on the counter attack. They're 2 great strengths to have.
But it would be interesting to see. Obviously, you see what Dembele is capable of doing as you go further in the tournament. I'm sure people will be a lot tighter than that because they know that him coming in and can bend it in like that. You can't afford to let that happen.
That goal was the first goal in which everybody on the team had taken a touch before it goes in. 17 passes in total. This just shows nice possession-based football, Patrick. They're all comfortable on the ball. They're all quite happy to pass it back to the keeper when they need to.
But you get extra for that? No, he's just...
Football's an art. Football's an art. And it's an artist thing.
I know, but again, it goes to show they have different ways of breaking teams down, and obviously that is fantastic.
And the fact they're all comfortable in possession as well.
Yeah, they're all comfortable in possession, but I think this French team, if they play against a deep block or under pressure, they will all going to find the solutions to create chances. And I think that is the strength of the French team.
Well, that's the interesting point, isn't it? We talked an awful lot about England and the low block, blah, blah, blah. But the fact that you get the feeling this team would find a way.
Yeah, and that's why the players are so good, particularly in wide positions.
Yes.
If you can go past people 1v1, it changes the whole picture. We saw England the other day maybe struggle to do that, but if you've got 3-4 players in your group that can go past people, makes the game a lot easier.
Especially when you've got that width. When you've got 2 players that good with the width, and you've got people who are coming inside who are comfortable on the ball, and everybody's just moving around. You've got someone like Elise. you know, you are going to cause problems, but you want to be keeping the ball in that area of the field, and that's what France do.
This
very
was a
well.
nice time machine for you, wasn't it, when Elise got the ball in? Tell everybody what you said it reminded you of.
You know, the way he's always looking forward for the striker, because with me, with Dennis Bergkamp, as soon as Dennis got on it and you make the run, it's almost like he's got like a peripheral vision. He just sees you move it and the ball's on its way. And when I watch him with, especially with whether it's Dembele
Or Mbappe.
It's just, as soon as he sees it, he passes it. He's not taking touches for the sake of it.
Olise is the perfect player, I would say, for those front three, because he's capable of giving you the ball on your feet, but at the same time, he's capable of giving you the ball in the space. And he like to make the players look good as well.
Yeah.
And he's a really perfect player for those players.
And Roy, that must encourage you to make more runs, because you know if you're that selfish striker, you know he's going to find you.
So you don't even have to say anything after a while, do you? Just keep making the runs.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably takes a few training sessions, but you're on the same wavelength. Make a run, go.
Yeah, but they can see as well. They can see that you're making the kind of run that's really got energy in it. It's not like you're just moving. You're like, shoom, and then they just go bang and they put it in. That's the one. They see it so quickly.
Elise's been compared with Platini, Zidane and Bergkamp on this programme. I hope he keeps going.
Yeah, he's got a bit to do yet.
Yeah.
But he certainly has the talent, and obviously if they can win some tournaments over the next few years, and he's still a bit young yet, he certainly has that potential. Because in terms of raw talent, and again, what I like about watching these players, again, we've played the game at a decent level. We love watching them. They kind of excite us.
Yeah, but the thing is as well, Poogs, talking about the players you mentioned there, but if it carries on like this, he can have a World Cup medal. A few of them ain't got that.
Well, absolutely. And the thing is, we talked about Mbappe had 4 goals at the start, didn't score today, but Dembele gets a hat-trick. You've got Barcola, you've got Doue. And you make the point about get out to Dembele quicker, but if it's not going to be him, there are plenty of others it might be during any particular 90 minutes.
That's the strength and depth that France have got. They've got all the firepower in terms of the wide players, again, players off the bench, players that were rested today. It'll be very difficult to stop.
Yeah, OK. We'll take a break.